Welcome back to Half Past Broke, episode 28, because we have recently discovered that there was a lost 27th episode.
The lost episode.
I am now going by Diff, and here with me is...
I'm Eric. Guys, how's everyone been? I know we just did a little... I'm eating kale chips. Give me a sec. I know we just did a little, what do you call it? A little revival last Saturday. Did a little revival stream, and it was really fun, and people seemed really interested, and it was a great time. So here we are. We're back.
Yeah.
Half Past Broke, episode 28. And who knows? We don't even know what's on episode 27. It's the lost episode. Depending on what's on it, we might post it.
I just happened to see it in passing today when we were getting everything set up. I was
we were talking about it on Saturday.
A 27th episode.
Yeah, we were like, I could have sworn there was a 27th episode, but there's only 26 on our YouTube. So...
We were convinced for like 2 years that there was a 27th episode.
Yeah, so right now there's an episode from about a year and a half ago that we don't know what it is. We're going to listen to it probably after this recording.
Yeah. Oh, so let's go with the age-old question. What are you drinking today?
Oh, what am I drinking? Oh, this old thing? This is non-alcoholic. This is an energy drink that Liv made for me and brought me down in a very fancy cup. But I do have a tiny little bit of vodka left, so I'm just going to toss that in there. Because come May 1st, no booze for a month. We're doing a dry month.
Yep.
So this is it. This is the final alcohol for the next probably 30 days. Because it is what's today? Today's the
28th.
Yeah, so in 2 days or 3 days, because I don't know how many days are in each month.
May 1st is on Saturday, so Saturday is actually our first day of the dry month.
Cool, and that's probably when this will get posted, maybe?
Is that... the goal is like to probably tomorrow, I'm going to start working on like getting this up on the Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah, because that's another thing we're going to be doing differently. We were all on YouTube on our previous uploads. We were all YouTube. We were a little bit on, not Stitcher. There was another weird one that we were on that nobody ever goes to.
What was it, like
Slacker?
Castbox? Or
something?
Yeah.
Something. So we're going to be doing Spotify this time. We're going to be doing YouTube. Those are going to be the primary ones, but if we can find other places that people are going to, interested in watching, we'll toss it up there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about opening up a Half Past Broke Twitter, because I've been a lot more active on Twitter lately.
Yeah.
With like my stuff, so like I figured I might as well throw up a Twitter. I think weren't we talking about a TikTok as well?
Yeah. The TikTok's going to be a little difficult because it is audio and visual based. The Twitter would be easy to just type a little blurb up, either me or you. But the TikTok's going to be a little tough to get both of us in there. But yeah. We'll do it. I
think at the end of the day, I think that TikTok will just be like little flavor skits, not like just with one of us or both of us, depending.
Maybe we'll just take little snippets from this, but so it's been a year and a half. What have we been doing, guys? What have we been doing? I mean, Diff just gave a little teaser. He said he's been a little more active on Twitter. Why don't you tell him why you've been a little more active on Twitter?
Well, I mean, for those that have like been following me since February, like probably since like February. So what was that? October, November, December, February, March, or January, February. So about 5 months after Half Past Broke, I had the itch to keep content creating, and like I don't think Half Past Broke was quite ready to come back in any sort of capacity. So I started doing my own thing. I started streaming a lot. I streamed for a straight 9 months, almost full time. Like, I mean, I was working full time and jumping right on to streaming for 4 hours, 3 hours a night.
Really, 6 days a week.
Yeah. But built a really decent community around that. Hopefully we see some of you guys on here. So shout out to everyone who's been following me, and same with Eric. But and then also like I started getting onto YouTube. I jumped on the shorts thing, the hashtag shorts, that little beta that they're trying to do to compete with TikTok.
Yeah, basically TikTok Junior.
Yeah. It's still a beta. I think the only full release is in India, from what I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's got the highest population. So.
Dude, I think when YouTube gets their shit together on shorts, it's gonna blow TikTok out of the water.
Like, YouTube's got the resources for
exactly.
it.
Yeah, they're
owned by Google.
Yeah. So you've been doing a little content well, not a little, you've been doing a lot of content creation, and how's it going? Are you happy
Yeah.
as a content creator?
Yeah, that's something I want to do, and like I think this year, like now that like everything's changed, obviously like the setting has changed a lot. Like
Mhm.
I'm in a whole new house, whole new studio. Um, I'm working part time now, and so but the rent is cheap, so I can work part time and not have to worry about.
That's the dream, right?
Yeah,
That's the dream.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
just work a little bit, cover your bills, and then do what you love, right? Just fulfill your dreams. And when you're not having to break your back working 80 hours a week to do that, man,
Yeah, you know,
that's a good spot.
the only time I'd ever be willing to work 80 hours a week is if
Ooh,
I was doing content creating.
yeah.
Like, because it's fun. I love doing this. Like, if I'm not like like, and Eric can attest. Anytime we're playing games, I'm always looking for something to clip. I'm always
You
looking
have to
for
be you
like
have to
just my
be
mind
on
is always there.
you have to be on such high alert when you're gaming with Diff, because anything you say is potentially going to end up on his fucking TikTok page or his YouTube Shorts page. So like,
Yeah, yeah. Lately, it's been those two. I'm still a little uninspired for my full channel, but the shorts pages are really popping off for me lately.
and
Eric,
just
so what have
what
you been doing? What have you been
me?
doing?
What
Yeah.
have I been doing? What's Eric been up to? Let's see. A lot. I moved as well. You guys might notice I'm in a different location as well. A lot of moving around. Just trying to get life figured out.
Hmm.
I bought a car. I bought a nice Subaru Forester, and I want to say I love it, but it's been having a couple issues, and that's kind of a bummer because when you make payments on a car, you kind of
Expect it to,
yeah,
yeah.
expect it to not fucking fail. But it's a beautiful car. I love it. It's gotten me some awesome places, and will continue to. But sorry, I have kale chips in my mouth, and they're look at these
that's
things.
that's okay. Your mustache is kind of
We got
camouflaging them.
we got kale chips.
How are
Easy.
they?
They're so good, so good. Just
Hmm.
so easy to make, so
Hi-
simple, so
High
cheap.
iron, aren't they?
Tie in like everything. Kale's a superfood. It's like eating a
Oh
fucking
my god.
steak. Oh, the superfood. It's
I
dog
hate that
food.
so much. Oh my
Uh,
god. Well,
but
yeah,
yeah,
who said the dog food was superfood?
it
Somebody
was
said that.
Preston. It was
Oh, that's
Preston.
right.
It was the guitarist from the Nitrogen Tone.
Yeah. I forgot
um,
about that.
but yeah, so I've been just doing. I'm applying for jobs now. Where I'm attempting to do the same thing, trying to go part-time job and then full-time with photography, which is, in the last couple of months, I've been kind of building a photography studio, and I got a nicer camera, so I have the ability to, take high quality photos and start charging people. So that's nice because that's always been something I've been into, and it's gonna be nice to be able to make some money off of something that I thoroughly enjoy. Because where Differous loves content creation, I love photography. Um, I don't, and that always it's always something that I say is I never want to be on that side of the lens. Aside from right now, I love doing this podcast, but I
Yeah.
really and I do stream from time to time, but it's never been like my passion to be like an on-screen presence. I would always prefer being the one taking the picture, or being the one doing, like, setting up the video.
Hmm.
So I'm on track to do that. Just got to buckle down and make enough money to clear the bills so that I can kind of focus on
So I
my
just
passion.
so I just kind of realized an interesting aspect of this podcast.
Go on.
I want to do the content creating side. I want to be in front of everything, and you want to be behind the scenes of everything. So like this is going to be an interesting dynamic, seeing the
Oh
breakdown of
yeah.
like each journey kind of coming to a head, cuz like this is like a very much two sides of the same coin kind of
Oh,
thing.
for
So I think
sure.
that would be really cool for us to both like kind of work with, you know.
I and you know what? My next venture is going to be video, because I'm a pretty decent photographer, and I know a lot about photography. I don't really know that much about video. And that's
But
something that I would love to get into because it's the future. YouTube is the future. Content creation
yeah.
is the future. People still love a photograph of themselves, but damn, they also love a video of them. And in extreme sports, like a picture of yourself skateboarding is cool, but like
Oh man, some
uh
of the TikToks of extreme sports are so
I
cool. Like
know, I
that, like
love it.
Yeah, we both jumped on the TikTok trend.
Oh yeah, we're so
almost the exact same way too.
I'm ruined. I'm ruined. Like I don't even know. Like for a year, Liv was like my girlfriend. I think you guys know Liv. She was like on TikTok, and I was just like, oh, I don't get it. That's stupid. TikTok's so stupid. It's stupid. I downloaded it. Done. End of story. Every night like this. Every night. Scrolling. Can't stop. God. And then I started making them. And then I started making TikToks, and I love it. It's fun.
It's almost like therapeutic to just be like, this is what I did. I like somebody like, for me at least, like I love it. Like I love being like, this is what I did. I started something last night actually called "Can You Air Fry It?"
That's gonna be.
I literally took like a pound of ground beef, seasoned the hell out of it, slapped it on the air fryer tray, and tossed it in there. And somehow it turned into a healthy garbage plate. And we did a whole episode on garbage plates actually. Yeah. So refer to that, but it's mac salad, home fries, meat hot sauce, and 2 burgers and stuff like that. We really did a deep breakdown of it, but I did
that with the cheesesteak. We simultaneously did the cheesesteak.
Eat a cheesesteak so bad. Steakums, some cheese on like a lettuce wrap would actually be a pretty good keto friendly thing.
Steakums, cheese on a lettuce wrap. You know what? I don't like the lettuce wrap, but something. Hold on, I'm trying to find a.
Have you seen the keto friendly wraps that are just like, it's just eggs? It's basically like a flavorless crepe.
No, look at my dog licking her asshole in the back.
Oh no!
There's a time and a place, Mops.
There's a picture of her ancestor on the wall too, just above her.
Yeah, this is what evolution does. Sitting on a comfy leather couch, just licking your asshole.
My dog is like passed out underneath here right now. That's like her favorite spot since I started streaming. She just hides underneath my desk for however long I'm on my computer. It's like her favorite place.
Under my desk is so fucking cluttered. Even if a dog wanted to go under there, it would be like a death gauntlet for them to like maneuver around all the crap that's under there.
Yeah. Oh my god. I try so hard to keep like this looking exactly like this. So like. I feel like
does outside of that look as nice and neat, or is it like just the frame? Just the frame is nice.
Okay, but it's not like messy, but like what's in the frame is like 90% of what's in the room. Everything else is like there's a moving blanket over there that kind of dampens the sound because there's like a little section of the office that kind of extends out, so it's not a perfectly square room. And then this red robe right here, the Full Metal Alchemist robe, is actually the last decoration on the wall, and then it's just blank on the other side. Everything else is like either storage or just blank room and stuff like that. I want to fill it in. I had a nice chair in here, but I moved it into my living room just because I wanted extra seating.
No camp chairs in there anymore?
Oh, the camp chairs are still in here.
Are they still in there?
They're folded up in like the little storage area.
So funny story. I actually was in that room a couple of weeks ago, last month. So I'm sure a big question that you guys wanted to ask is, since the podcast ended, have we been keeping in touch? And the answer is regularly. Yeah. All the time. Very close to every day, if not every other day. And we've actually met up 3-4 times. I know. I went up to you.
It was twice last year. Or no,
and then once.
And then once this year.
Yeah, so I went up to you when you were at the old house. Mm-hmm. That was some holiday weekend. And then we met up. We went camping. A really, really, really fun weekend camping.
that was such a blast. I had a fun time camping there.
And then just last month, I took a trip up and visited the new place, and it's nice. I love it. It's just it's beautiful. It's everything, you know. So
everything's kind of like fallen into place for us to have Half Past Broke come back too.
Yeah, because to put emphasis on the broke part is I'm fucking it's you know it's bad, but I'm applying for jobs. so I can really channel that broke energy and kind of educate people about it.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm working part time. I'm like, I'm like simple living, you know, very, very simple living.
Mm-hmm.
I have been getting into smoking more, like meats and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm beginning to smoking too.
Well, yeah,
Not
same.
meats.
Not meats too, you know, just smoking everything.
Yes, anything.
But
That should be the new series. Can you smoke it?
can you smoke it? Oh god, I feel like that would be really unhealthy eventually.
Oh my god, yeah. Just be like,
To discover that, like, I don't know, dill leaves cause cancer if you inhale
Yeah.
them, but through smoke or something
Mhm.
like that.
yeah. Speaking of dill leaf, Liv got the Arrow Garden thing.
Oh, I want one of those
they're
so bad.
they're so easy. It's like set it and forget it. They come in little pods, and once they because they grow and they will outgrow the actual Arrow Garden, the little Arrow Garden, and then you can take it and repot them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the dill went wild. The dill
Yeah.
absolutely, everything else kind of stayed within the parameters of the Arrow Garden, but the dill was just like,
Well, there's a
don't
reason why they call
stop
it
me
deal
now.
weed. It's a weed.
Is that why they call people dill weeds?
It's an
dill
hedgehog.
weed.
I don't know why, but I don't know why that's an insult. All I can think about is Bill and Ted. Because in Bill and Ted, that was the first time I heard someone call somebody a dillweed.
Like, what is a dill weed, and why are we calling people it? We're gonna need to look into this.
Yeah.
So we got the Arrow Garden. Liv's been really into gardening as well lately, and we are going to be looking into kind of like a raised planter in the backyard.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, because she's got a lot of indoor plants, but we want to start growing, you know, like sustainable, like
Yeah.
tomatoes and like things you can eat, things you can harvest, and yeah, I think I'm really excited for it.
One of the cool things I found, or I've seen, like, just in the past, like, couple months, is this, like, hydro wall where you can
A
plant.
hydro wall.
Where, like, basically it's set up so, like, there's, like, a constant waterfall going over the roots, so, like, the nutrition and all that stuff, because, like, the plants don't necessarily need dirt.
Yeah.
So it's like a hydroponic garden that you can build at home. I would love to save. Yeah,
with the PVC pipes on an angle, and they go back and forth. Yeah, I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah, actually, that's just the first place I saw it, but I've like
man.
since then have been on like billions of websites. I'm like, I need to know more. Is there a starter kit that I can use? Like, how do I do this?
It looked like just probably like 1.25 inch PVC pipes, just going back and forth with like holes drilled.
Yeah, I think as long as you have it like at an angle,
and
where
the water just keeps flowing,
and then you have like a pump that can move the water back up and around. Like,
yeah.
you can make like a single, like, basically isolated, like, length of pipe that can grow different things. I would love to try that.
That'd be sick. That'd be so awesome. What do you grow in that?
I was gonna do. I was thinking about doing like cabbage and like lettuce and stuff like that. But I also wanted to try doing some not root vegetables, because I feel like root vegetables would need a lot of like space because they take up a lot of like underground space. But I wanted to do stuff like wanted to take a crack at tomatoes, like you said. I wanted
tomatoes. Oh, I love tomatoes.
I would love to take a crack at a tree.
Just put a fucking tree in a PVC pipe. Just an oak tree.
Like, I know
a redwood.
I've seen it done. Like, people take like lemon trees and they run it on a hydroponic system, and because the tree adapts to like whatever space it has. Like, there's an old oak tree outside of my house right now that's the same age as me, but it's stunted because it got buried in like in a lot of like leaves and stuff like that. And then like probably like 5 or 6 years ago, like we cleaned all of that out and everything, and it's like now like it's pretty tall, like it's grown quite a bit, but like being choked out causes it to like be a little stunted. It like grows at a slower rate. Like, I guess like trees can control their like growth rate. Plants do.
I don't know. I don't know too much about it, and that's why the Arrow Garden's perfect.
Yeah, I don't. That's why. Well, that's like the only basis of understanding I have is like just when we clean when at my mom's house, anything we cleaned out, like random plants from an old garden would still pop up after 20 years of being covered by leaves and weeds and stuff like that. So plants are pretty resilient. So yeah, I'd love to try to do like a lemon tree or something like that, because lemons are so good.
Well, you just toss a couple seeds in the backyard, hope it grows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that how is? I don't know. I'm not very well versed on gardening. My effort. So you know, you guys might remember from probably very close to one of our last episodes, I was doing a garden at my old place. I had a nice little garden, and the soil wasn't optimal. I grew
Yeah.
like only thing I yielded from that was like one nice eggplant, and then some lady came to my fucking house because I lived in a trailer park, and but like you still mow your own lawn, right? This lady came to my house one day and fucking mowed my lawn and plowed right through my fucking garden.
I remember that.
I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I was like, stop. So I attribute a little bit of the lack of growth to, the very nice lady who tried to do a nice thing and mow my lawn and ended up decimating my garden. And a little bit to the fact that the soil just probably wasn't the best. And it was,
Mhm.
it was outdoors, so I kind of like let a lot of it was fun though. I really enjoy it, and there's so much to learn about it. It's a really
Yeah.
interesting. It's a whole that's a whole separate a whole other separate episode getting into, the gardening.
Yeah,
We
we're
did
good.
that. I think we did. We did a gardening episode and everything.
We did do a
It's
gardening
called Beer and
episode.
Garden. Yeah, it's called Beer and Garden, right?
Oh my garden.
Yeah.
I just realized that was the joke we were going for.
You
'Cause
just realized it?
well, like I mean, like
Two
I realize-
years later.
I'm realizing now what the joke was we were going for then.
Yeah.
Just because, like on Saturday when we were going through all the episodes and everything, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Saturday we were doing a little bit of a deep dive. You can find that that live recording probably on Differous's Twitch channel, right? And YouTube. So if you
I would say the YouTube channel is probably the easier way to find it, just because we all know Twitch is like really weird about any sort of saved VODs whatsoever.
Yeah. So if you go to, and it's just Differous, Differous. So you can find that video on YouTube, and it's really fun.
We should put our handles below our name on the
Yeah,
video. I
you
didn't
know
even
what?
think about that.
We probably should. That's something we can do in post production. So by the time you guys see this, those names might already be there.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But yeah, so like as far as this whole episode right here is just basically us catching up. We haven't we have segments and ideas for our future episodes, but this one was kind of just to catch up, tell you where we're at, what we've been doing,
Yeah.
and probably the biggest question that everyone has: why did Half Past Broke stop? Why? I know you guys are just thirsty.
It's a stupid
begging for
reason,
more.
because like obviously we're still like best friends and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like we're not.
Don't worry, nothing happened. It was
Yeah.
Let me give you the brief rundown on how it went. It went like this: hey Diff, I'm not going to be able to record this weekend. I'm taking a trip. And he said, okay. And then when we got back, or he said, oh, I'm not going to be around the next weekend. Something like that. We took 2 weekends off and literally just never recorded again. No, we never said we should stop this. No, we never said this is dumb. We never said, well, why are we doing it? It was literally just, we took 2 weekends off back to back and just never recorded again.
You know what? Oh my god, you made me curious, because after finding that lost episode, I want to see like when the actual end recording date was.
It was it was in the fall of 2019, because I remember I took a trip to Vermont in early November.
Let's see.
Yeah, it had to be around Halloween. It could have been Halloween. But yeah, I know.
Created Sunday, October 6th, 2019.
Oh, October 6th. That's how. Yeah, it was probably the end of.
Well, yeah, because like I mean, I feel like 2 weeks, and then October, the holiday and everything, and then after that, like November and December are just huge holiday family get together kind of months and everything. And I think it just kind of got away from us.
Yeah.
And
So
by that time, we were just like, it was so past it, like almost like just kind of went to the back of our minds and we never thought about it. And at the time, I was thinking about making my own stuff too. So
yeah, we took 2 weekends off and never recorded again. And it was just recently we started talking about getting back at it, and because it's always been something that we love. Just absolutely, it was always. I remember we would get together, briefly on a Wednesday, discuss what we were gonna do, and then Saturday. I think we recorded on Saturdays, right?
no, well, I mean, if that last post was to be believed, we recorded on Sunday.
Okay, so probably Sundays, and then we would get together Sunday and just record for who knows, between 30 minutes and 2 hours. Well, we don't know.
Yeah, oh my god.
And
And
then
it wasn't until like I think the last like what 3 episodes we kind of like figured out like hour long. We're gonna do
yeah,
hour long.
yeah, about an hour is nice.
Yeah.
We started getting pretty lengthy because towards the end I think we started live streaming it. I think
Oh
we
yeah,
started streaming on
there's a couple
Twitch.
2.5 hour ones, 3 hour
Yeah.
ones. I mean, there was a whole episode that was like just about World of Warcraft. And I think that one was like 4 hours. I don't think that one
Ugh.
ever made it onto YouTube.
We probably just live streamed it.
Yeah.
Speaking of World of Warcraft, actually, that's actually really funny because around the time that we did stop is when WoW Classic launched. So
Oh
for reference,
yeah.
just for reference, and how long ago it's been since we recorded an episode. I don't know if you guys remember when they re-released WoW Classic, but we did
We did a lot.
ditch.
Yeah.
I ditched ESO for like a month.
I think I was still playing ASO pretty actively at that point.
Yeah,
Because
but yeah,
we were playing ESO waiting for WoW Classic to drop that night. I remember that exact stream because
yeah.
I was sitting there, we were playing ESO, and I had a timer set up for when
Oh
WoW Classic would
yeah,
drop. That was like our highest viewed stream ever. I think we had like 70 something people
yeah,
watching us, which was
yeah.
awesome.
We had over 50 for sure. I
Yeah.
think the average was 50.
I'd have to go
Um,
back. I really don't want to have to go through the trouble of trying to re-access the Pest Pro
No,
Twitch channel
no.
to even be curious enough to see what our average was when we quit. Because that was a pretty high. We had a pretty good community growing on Half Past Broke.
Yeah. But here's the thing about that now is that both of us have decent Twitch channels. We both stream. Diff
Yeah.
streams way more than me. I stream intermittently. I was streaming every day for like a month or two a while ago and kind of just fell off.
Yeah, you were doing the flight sim thing. I loved watching you do the flight sim. That was really fun, especially with the freaking the hat and the aviators. Oh my god.
I'm so bummed because my flight stick, if you guys know what Flight Simulator is, you can do it with a controller, you can do it with mouse and keyboard, but some people have full setups, like full virtual cockpit setups. I have. This is what it's supposed to look like, or this is not what it's supposed to look like.
Oh my god, it really broke. Holy shit.
So, for those who are just listening and don't have any visual, it's a joystick. It's an old school joystick, but it has a throttle on it and a bunch of buttons. And right at the base of where the joystick goes into the wiring, it snapped on me, which is fucked. So now, something that I love to do is kind of on the back burner for now until I can get some bills paid and have a little money for luxuries. Because at the end of the day, that's a luxury. Having a flight stick, that's a luxury. When I can just use an Xbox controller, it's not the same though.
Yeah, it definitely is not.
It's not the same. I almost don't even want to do it with a controller. But at the end of the day,
especially because you were in that Bush League Legends,
so
group.
much fun.
Like
much fun.
I would feel like you'd be like really like kind of missing out, not rocking the joysticks and everything.
Yeah.
Like the thing is with streaming, and it's so funny because I've kind of come to this the same conclusion. Streaming is going to be kind of scattered for me the next couple weeks, just because like getting used to a new job, I'm getting used to like everything. We're starting to do Half Past Broke more. I'm starting to become like, I was like kind of active. I've been kind of active on YouTube since probably about December, which is, it's now April, almost May. And just posting like once a week, sometimes not even like once every other week and stuff like that. Now I'm like every time I play with this guy and like a lot of our friends, some good stuff happens. So I like always have content ready to go, but I don't want to put it in a compilation video because I don't know, the compilation videos weren't all that.
They never do it for me. I have so many Apex clips, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to watch this,
So yeah, so I figured it digestible. You find where the joke is in every single clip, or whatever the play was in every single clip. Break it down to like a 30-second, under 30 seconds video. Post it on YouTube Shorts, and then post it on TikTok. Like that's the extent of my content creating now. Until I find some inspiration for my main channel. The only thing that's on my main channel right now is streaming, which sucks because like I have good videos on there and I have videos that I kind of like on there, but it's being eclipsed by those 4 hour streams, which is it's whatever. It happens.
Yeah. YouTube. My YouTube went from 1 second. Kale chip, delicious, but ate them at the wrong time.
Mhm.
My YouTube went from my really fun, like meme fucking videos, like me doing dumb stuff, to just kind of like compilation dumps, and I hate that. I hate that it
Yeah.
became that. But the clips are, so if you're clipping a 2 minute segment, that's like a gigabyte, and if you do that, 50 times, you got 50 gigs worth of videos, and I'm just trying to get them off my PC, so I'm putting them into compilations, putting them up on YouTube, and that is just that. So right now my YouTube just looks like an Apex clip dump channel, and I hate that because I never
Yeah.
watch those. Nothing deters me from a YouTube channel or a TikTok more than it just being clips of the same game. I don't care. I just don't care.
Like, and
I know a lot
I
of people love it, but I just don't care.
I think one of the biggest things for like TikTok, at least for like TikTok and for the YouTube Shorts thing, that like I'm more okay with putting clips on is because like what I'm clipping isn't just gameplay. Like
It's
I mean,
funny,
like
yeah.
there's jokes. It's just us fucking with each other, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like there's something new in it. You're not just watching like a same old thing. Every once in a while, I'll put a clip that like pertains to the game, but for the most part, it's just us making jokes to each other.
Yeah, and
stuff
that
like that.
that I think is, I like that because it's funny, it's comedy. I don't give a shit that you just hit a fucking cool headshot from across the map. I don't care that you stuck somebody with an arc star from 7 miles away. Like,
Okay,
if
number one, I
it's
just posted a video of that. Fuck
did,
you.
you did.
You
Yeah,
did me
but-
dirty just now. Oh my god.
but it's not about the fact that you hit the arc star. It's about the reaction and like how funny it was, how excited everyone got. Like that's different than like somebody just posting a fucking clip of them just playing the game. Like,
Yeah.
that's boring. If you're gonna do that, like,
Well,
I don't know.
that's the problem with every media, and I was actually just talking about this the other day with someone. The problem is in a lot of media forums is unless you were there from the get-go doing it first, you have to bring like a special element to whatever content you're making in order for it to stand out. Because at this point, we've all been on TikTok. We've all seen like the stupid dancing trends, or we've seen like all the like the dramatic music over top, like some Twitch streamer saying that they've been at 3 average viewers their whole life. And like it just I hate that, and nothing turns me off more than someone trying to give a sob story about why they're on Twitch. You're on Twitch because you want to be famous.
Yeah, you're on Twitch because you don't want to work a 9 to 5, and I respect that. But
Yeah.
it's
So-
I've got, my parents told me I have 1 month to get partnered, otherwise I'm getting kicked out of the house. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's just like that's like whatever. Like I'm like really like the only time like I'm posting content is because I'm posting content that I think is funny and I think that people would want to see. I'm never gonna put the gimme content. Like, give me followers at 5 million followers. I'll do this. I mean, I like goals and stuff like that. Like I said a couple, like, because I have like 5 of those one chip challenges, and I made a goal that me and Eric still have yet to do.
Oh my god, why didn't we do that when I was up at your house?
Yeah, I thought about that.
I
thought about that after you
forgot
left. I was like, shit, I had those one chip challenges the whole time.
The 5K.
We could have gotten Zombie on it.
Well, he would have just put us to shame. He would have ran
right.
the 5K backwards and just been like in perfect health. I'd have been dead by the first 600 feet.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, so like I was like I don't mind goals like that, but like the gimme goals where they're just like, well, I mean, like I can't do this unless I have this many followers. No, just like do something for the community. Like when people
I think some of the trends they do are the trends are cheesy, but they do get results sometimes. It depends.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the people that just do every single thing, and it's the people that try to scam you. It's the people who try to say like, oh, I'm looking for people to raid come follow my channel. I'll follow you back. I'm
Oh,
just
I
out here
hate that.
just being a genuine human being. I just want to raid. I just want to help you. Like, no, you want to push traffic to your channel and you're taking advantage of the new stream. We know
Oh,
what
so
you're doing.
okay, so on that topic, let's talk about like one of the let's kind of transition into like the segments that we were thinking about doing, because we talked about like a highlighted streamer and stuff like that, highlighted content creators.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, I love to be able to like be like, hey, like this is a really cool dude that like we enjoyed watching this week or something like that. So we were thinking about doing like highlighting a streamer or highlighting a content creator once a week on the podcast, where we like sit down and talk about like what we liked, what we didn't like about them and stuff like that. Just because like it's it's hard to get like into content creating. And the one thing I always wish I had, which I didn't get until way later into my content creating career, was feedback. And if we could find like streamers that we like, we can give them feedback on the podcast. We could talk to them and be like, hey, like, is it all right if we talk about like if we talk about your channel for 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever, on
3 minutes.
3 minutes. We'll time it. We'll put a timer. 3 minutes. 3-minute stream shout out.
Halfway through the sentence, talking about how great they are. I'm like, all right, that's it. That's all the time you get. See you later.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So
no, but I like that idea a lot. It's something that we can just, it's, I don't know. It's content for us, and it helps other people. It gives us, because we everybody. That's. Hold on, I'm trying to find the right words here. In the last year, I think a lot of people have A, started streaming, and B, started to realize that streaming could be a viable career. So like before
it's hard
all of
now
this happened.
to
Yeah,
do it.
it's a very
it's flooded. It's a flooded.
Yeah,
it's a flooded market.
It's a very flooded market, but it's also gaining more acceptance from from. You see all these celebrities, they're all streaming.
People, I was genuinely surprised when my mom was like, how's your streaming going? Like, she talks to me about the content. She follows me on TikTok. She's watched a stream before. We've had Mama Diff watch me on stream. It was really cool. Like, my brother really likes watching me play. Like, it's a really fun thing to do. Like, it's really cool to see like this like general acceptance of everybody.
Yeah, it's becoming a lot more mainstream, dare I say. People are just accepting it, 5 years ago, or like, what do you do? You're playing video games? 10 years ago, God, I don't even know when, like,
that was like
Twitch
that was
started.
like the Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and like PewDiePie era. It was like 10 years ago, and everyone's like, oh, only a couple people could do it. I wish 10 years ago I had gotten into it, because 10 years ago, when I looked better.
You didn't have a beard, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. Oh, I didn't have much of a beard last time we did the podcast.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was so funny. We were just watching, we were just reviewing our old podcast. And here's a little fun fact is Diff hasn't shaved his beard since our last podcast, and I haven't cut my hair since the last podcast.
I love the top knot. The top
you
knot's
like
looking
it?
good. Yeah.
Thing? So I had a completely shaved head, like to the skin, on our second to last episode. I just shaved it, and I haven't cut my hair since. And Diff hasn't cut his beard, so
your beard game is getting pretty strong too.
I'm
liking it.
I actually just used that what Professor Fuzzworthy's shampoo today.
Oh, you bought the block? I told you that shit's so good. I love the way my beard feels after using it. Hey, shout out! I know we just came back as a podcast, but sponsor us.
Yeah. So
I love the Dr. Fuzzworthy thing.
Hey, it's so easy. It's just a little like slap it here, slap it there, and then rub it in. It's just simple. It's there's no overusing, and I think that's a big thing with like liquid
usually
shampoos.
How I jack off too.
Oh my god!
Slap it there, slap it here.
Slap! Oh my god! All right,
rub it.
Moving right along. It's I think with like the liquid shampoos, it's easy to overuse it. It's easy to squirt too much, and then the brick is so simple, and it just works. And then I
bought mine back in like December, and I still have the same bar.
Yeah,
like it lasts forever.
It lasts, and they're not that expensive. Were they $15 for a block?
Yeah, and if like it's lasted me 5 months, like $15 is more than worth it.
Exactly. And then so I did that, and then I oiled the beard today because I was going for a job interview. Guys, also, I'm wearing jeans for probably the first time in like 2 years.
Oh my god, please stand up.
If you guys don't know,
I've
me,
never
I'm a
seen him wear
basketball-
jeans
look at this.
before. Oh my god, look at that. My working man.
I'm a basketball shorts and Crocs guy.
I'm
Like
wearing basketball shorts right now.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I live in basketball shorts and Crocs. So because I had an interview, I thought I had an interview today. It turns out they stopped interviewing at like 2 p.m. and I was ready to go at like 6 p.m. because I don't even want to get into it why I was not ready until 6 p.m. because it was just the
Oh my god, I got the
worst.
3rd degree from that one.
I don't even like you try to do something and just like 18 different things just come and just shit on your fucking day.
Hey,
so
so
I'm not even gonna get into that.
take it as a learning experience though, because like let's be honest here, like everyone's gonna fuck up every once in a while. You just gotta like take that shitty moment and just take lengths to not do it again. Like yeah,
Well,
basically.
I did find out. So just long story short, I don't have a printer. I went to go put my resume on a USB stick, and I had to go drive to fucking Staples to print it out. So I get to Staples, the fucking printer isn't reading my USB stick, and then I found out why. Because later, Liv went there and did it for me. It turns out my resume was a rich text file, and
you didn't do it on like Word or whatever.
No, who has Word?
Do it on Google. Google Drive.
Well, now I know that, but I was just thinking about this before. Who the fuck has
there you go.
Microsoft Office?
There you go, learning experience.
Exactly.
Google is hands down the best for the people company because spreadsheet, PowerPoint, Word, you can make questionnaires on Google. They have analytics for your stuff. Like,
so let me ask,
and it's all free.
What's the equivalent to Microsoft Word? Is it Google Docs?
Yeah, Google Docs.
I wish I fucking knew that because I'm sitting here like a goddamn asshole. And I was even thinking about applying in Staples, and then I was so embarrassed because I was sitting at the fucking machine for 25 minutes. I even went back outside to try to email some shit to myself. Went back in the store and stood at the goddamn machine for, I'm not even joking, just sitting there like this in front of the machine for 15 full minutes. I'm like, why would they hire me when I can't even figure out a fucking plug it in and print it out?
Not only that, but Google Drive is so much easier to work with than what's Microsoft's thing?
Microsoft Word.
No. Their cloud thing.
Dropbox.
Or OneDrive.
Yep,
OneDrive.
OneDrive.
Yeah, so like OneDrive is so like not user friendly because you have to have it set up on your computer, and then when you go to another computer, you have to set it all up there and everything, and you have to make sure it connects to it and blah 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 blah. Like you have to go through these like fucking hoops to get to it. With Google Drive, all you need to do is have your password and email, and you're in, and you have it literally anywhere. Hell, I got it on my phone. Like my resume, all my important documents are just on my phone on separate emails, mind you. So like I could access like half past broke stuff just from email, just from the Google Drive.
Yeah,
like on my phone. Like if I ever needed to refer to it,
I need to get more in with the Google Cloud, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because the whole I was just screaming about this word. Like who has Microsoft or who has Microsoft Office anymore besides like businesses? Like it's an expensive suite, and the only time I had it was I had like Microsoft Office 2010 because I mean not to fucking expose my dad, but my dad's out there getting them illegal fucking files.
Oh my god!
Like, you want Office? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want Office. Because what the fuck's the difference? I'm spitting. I'm getting so excited.
Then,
like what the fuck's the difference between Microsoft Word 2010 and 2020? Like nothing. I don't fucking care.
Well, and the biggest thing is nowadays is have you heard of the Office 365?
Yeah, where they charge you monthly?
Yearly. So they give so they charge you like $80 a year or some shit like that. Like it's ridiculous.
I'm
how
gonna
much
use
you have
it
to pay
once.
for. Yeah. Like
I'm gonna use it once.
And I get it for free because I'm in school right now, but it's gone after I'm done with school. So like what am I gonna use? Like why should I use Microsoft, get used to Microsoft if I'm gonna have to pay for it in the long run when people have been using Microsoft for how long has Office been around?
I don't know, forever.
A long time.
Since the dawn of time.
If you can't navigate Office by now, like whatever. Don't bother.
There's
There's no point because honestly, Google Docs or yeah, just the Google Office, I guess is the best way to put it, can do the exact same thing. I had an argument with my teacher about this. I'm like, why am I being forced to use
mhm.
Office when Google literally has everything you could possibly need for free, and they're
Well,
pretty quick on updates too. So like, and she goes, oh, you can't put comments into Word files on Google Docs. I went on there, spent 5 minutes learning how to do it. It's there. It's literally like add
suck
comment.
it.
Yeah, like, and I literally posted a screenshot of where it is, and I'm like,
There's
there's nothing that Google Docs can't do for free.
and talking about free, like I appreciate that their products are free, and I would like to do, maybe this could be a whole fucking episode. We could do
Mhm.
Docs versus Office, because I would also like to see, because you obviously have to pay for cloud storage, and a Google Drive gives you like 15 gigs for free, and
Which is
which
pretty decent amount if you're just using
it's
files. Like if you're just using like text files, like just any sort of spreadsheet, as long as you're not using like audio files, video files, stuff like that,
that's
you're never gonna touch that 15 gigs.
oh,
And honest,
but
like
that's with the text files. You're 100% right, but like as a photographer, and even sending like videos back and forth, you like, after this, I'm gonna have to send this probably 20 gig file to you. Well, I mean, like, what's an hour of recording on OBS? You know?
I don't remember. I remember we had it figured out way back in the day, but I can't remember what it is now. But there's
Well, this
also
is
other
our
things to do with that though, because there's WeTransfer,
We transfer.
which is
Yeah,
really nice.
We
It
transfer is awesome.
I love WeTransfer. I'll never have a bad thing to say about WeTransfer. It was perfect, and you can send full zip files too, which
Yeah,
is great.
I found that. I forget. I don't know who told me about that, but when I was doing photography a lot, and I would have to send full albums to people, and it would exceed the storage for an email. You just We transfer. It's so good. If you
Yeah,
guys don't know what it is, it's literally just a website that allows you to send massive fucking files. Like
I don't remember what the limit is, but like
it's huge. I've never reached it.
you'd be hard pressed to like find the limit.
Yeah, I've never reached it. But people who do like audio specialist technicians and shit. So like their sound files, and videographers, and photographers. Photographers not so much, because the files are a little it's 10 megabytes compared to 10 gigabytes. But
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
um
I mean, like, and like that's what I mean. Like for the average person, 15 gigs is more than enough. So
yeah,
like that's
I still haven't
great.
reached it.
That's great free storage. Like honestly, I use it for my D&D podcast that I'm a part of. Like I transferred into their Google Drive, and it's just audio. And what they do is they just pull
Mm.
it off. Whoever wants it pulls it off, and then once it's good, they get rid of that file, so everyone has the audio files that they want. And it's worked perfectly so far. We haven't had an issue with it. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like obviously, if you wanted to like pay for it, I don't think it's even that much. Weren't we looking into it? It's like $10 a month or something like that.
I would love to do a comparison between OneDrive or the Office 365, and just extra space on Google Drive.
Yeah, yeah,
I would love to,
exactly.
maybe later this week or something. If I don't absolutely just forget that this conversation even happened, maybe I'll look into it.
I'll have to look back through when I'm editing it anyway, so I don't even
Yeah,
I'll remember. I'll take notes.
yeah.
So we got what 12 more minutes, so we hit the hour. Do we want to talk
Are-
about a couple more of the like the segments we were thinking of
yeah.
doing and stuff like that? Maybe like kind of wrap it up with like what we have planned for the future, like what is
Yeah.
coming up, what is half past broke
Lev,
going to be.
can you hand me that basket? This is going to be kind of one of the segments. Can you hand me the basket? Oh, never mind. All right. Hold on, give me 1 second, because this is going to directly correlate to one of the segments that I think is going to be very, very. 1 second. So, I'm mind if I just go right into it?
Yeah, go right in. Go right in.
All right. So I have this idea. It's going to be called, literally, best bang for your buck, because Liv went to the dollar store, and I'm on a keto diet. So is Diff, actually. I'm going to be coming off of it soon, but Liv went to the dollar store and was like looking for things that I could eat and good finds. And I had a idea, kind of just review that shit, because you can get screwed over at the dollar store, believe it or not. Not too bad, but like there's products there that should be 50 cents, and cost $1. But there's also things there that should be $5 and cost $1. So I thought it'd be a fun little thing to kind of go through and, show fun things you can get at your dollar store. So like these things, like the hint water, they're fucking awesome. I don't know what this is. Kipper snacks. I think this is naturally
Kippers? Yeah.
filleted of kippered herring. I'm afraid to open this, but it's gonna get to a point where I'm hungry enough where I'm going to open up dollar store canned fish.
I wonder if those would be good with like the kale chips.
Oh, they probably would. They're probably really salty. I don't know, but there's other cool stuff. Look at this fucking glass. Look at this glass. You guys can't see it, but it's
does it have it looks like it has like mixed drink measurements.
It has so many mixed drinks on it. It's got Cosmopolitan, tells you like 1 ounce vodka or Citron vodka, 1 ounce triple sec, 1 ounce lime juice, 1 ounce cranberry juice, stir lightly. It tells you how to make.
You got it for $1?
$1.
Is it glass?
$1. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
like
what I mean.
That's a pint glass. Like that's that's like this so awesome.
$1. So that's why I kind of wanted to do that little segment of like, I'll go to the dollar store, Diff will go to the dollar store, and we'll kind of see like what we can get and like how much it's called literally bang for your buck. Like just cool shit you can find at the dollar store because at the end of the day, this is half past broke.
That's so funny. That's when we got into the conversation of dollar condoms. Bang for your buck.
Oh my god. Well. There's some things you don't want to skimp out on. Okay. So dollar condoms, I'm not 100% sure. There's some things you just should pay full price for. All right. And you might think that canned fish was one of them, but it's not because I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, you'll have to do a full review on that can.
I'm going to, yeah. Well, because you know the like the dollar store staple is like Vienna sausages in a can and like luncheon loaf, potted meat.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I didn't realize what potted meat was. I thought it was the same thing as luncheon loaf.
This man screwed me to death.
I was like, because in my head I'm picturing just the one like trapezoid shaped thing that says luncheon loaf on or luncheon meat on it.
No, it's luncheon loaf is spam. It's fucking delicious. And for $1, so spam's like $3, sometimes $4.
The luncheon loaf is so cheap, and if you cut it thin
$1,
fry it. Ooh, that should be that could be an episode of Can You Air Fry It?
Fuck yeah.
Well,
it's so good. Luncheon loaf is delicious, and it's cheap, and it's abundant. But there's so many other things at the dollar store that like very questionable for $1. Like, very, very, very questionable. So we're gonna be here to make the mistakes for you and tell you if it's worth it for $1.
Yeah, basically, we'll do a little segment every week of our dollar store adventures. I live next to a Dollar General, so I won't exactly be doing like the $1 thing. Yeah. I don't know where there's a dollar store around me, but
I have a legitimate dollar store where every single thing in the store is $1, and oh my goodness, it's a fucking experience going.
There's a Dollar Tree near where I work, and I'm pretty sure that's the same concept as that's it. That's it. So I might have to swing by there after work a couple times just to like peruse.
Yeah, dude, check it out because that's not the first really really cool glass that Liv got me. Like they have like dining ware and shit randomly.
I'd be willing to check that out. That's definitely worth a look. To just see how to be well. And then speaking of which, right next to that Dollar Tree is an Aldi. Aldi's another great one to go shopping at. If you have an Aldi near you, shop there.
I always thought that Aldi was like a really rich person store, kind of like Whole Foods. Now somebody told me this the other day. I don't know if this is true.
Is this a Trader Joe's thing?
No. Oh. Somebody told me that there's two brothers. One of them made Whole Foods and the other made Aldi. Can anybody confirm this? Is this true?
From what I understand, Trader Joe's is the counterpart to Aldi.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the brother thing came from. From my understanding, I don't know if maybe Whole Food falls in there at some point, but I know Aldi was like was two German brothers. That's the only thing I know.
All right, well, guys, if you're listening to this and you have the knowledge, please drop the answer in the comments below.
Yeah,
and I think we've satiated the curiosity of the Half Past Broke listeners for at least this episode. I think we did a decent job, kind of just giving an idea of where we are now, what we've been doing, the big questions. We're gonna be doing this. We're here. We're back. And I hope you guys are excited because I'm excited.
We're gonna try to. I think the goal right now is to shoot for posting every Saturday.
Yeah.
But we'll see from there. We'll fill out like when a good time would be. I like the idea of being able to post every Saturday, so we'll just have to we'll have to roll from there. We have a lot of other segments that we've talked about, that we've tossed around off camera and everything. So we'll have a couple more segments that maybe we'll try to implement or get some opinions on. We'll see what we'll go on, but we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff. It's going to be a much more. It's going to be still going to be chaos, but it's going to be organized chaos. And I think I think everything that we've learned in the last like year and a half of content creating is really going to shine through this time around.
Oh, absolutely.
We already sound better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just been there was a lot of learning, when we decided to do this. There was like no planning. It was Diff was just like, "Do you want to do a podcast?" And I was like, "Fuck it, let's do a podcast." but we had no idea. Like, we didn't know anything. We were kind of just like, and you can see that when you go from our episode 1 to watching this episode.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and like on top of that, we didn't really even have a community.
Yeah, and now
we have this nice community.
Yeah, there's people who are interested, and where there are people who are interested, there's us to fill that infinite void in people's hearts.
Oh, and another big thing, I was like totally forgot to talk about this because we talked about it on Saturday. We were gonna have kind of a rolling cast too. Like it's gonna mostly be us, but we've definitely opened our doors up to allowing some of our friends, some of like really good friends of the community to join us on the podcast. So like there's might be a rolling cast a little bit, which will help with like just in case one of us is busy, like that, like how we ended up stopping the podcast, like just in case one of us is busy, we can pull someone else onto it.
Yeah, that won't happen. It'll just be, whether we have 3 people with us, whether we're streaming, whether we're recording with 3 people, or it's, me being not subbed out, or like, me just not being here for a weekend and then someone else in my spot.
Exactly. That's like I was thinking, like that would be perfect because like now both of us kind of have like a way to do other things.
Yeah,
and we can sub in,
and it opens up different conversations.
Yes.
In different aspects of like, who knows what, whose specialty is this, specialty is that, like who's, everyone's life is different. It opens up different conversations, different topics that we can explore. Where maybe I don't know too much about a certain topic, we can bring people in, and I think that's gonna be a wonderful thing. I think that the revival of this. What was that?
I was gonna say we'll have to retouch on the sound editing thing because now we have Zombie who is who's pretty good at that. So like there might be some topics that we retouch on. We have to retouch on Google Stadia because the last time we talked about it didn't even come out yet. So that's gonna have to be something. Maybe not a whole episode, but we will talk about that.
I honestly feel like it could just be summed up in a sentence. Like, it works. It's cool. Do you want to pay monthly for games?
It did not. Like also a lot of people are saying, like, I haven't personally used it, but a lot of people are saying it did not live up to what they wanted. And the problem is Xbox is doing the same thing.
Yeah, it just seemed like they seemed like it was gonna be so fucking revolutionary, and then it was just like, I don't know, here's a couple games.
Yeah, it really it didn't live up to just like, to justify it. You can save yourself, I don't know, what was it, like $80 a year or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, if it's that cheap, that I don't know. Well, I mean,
it's cheap enough.
We're gonna do do a whole other episode.
We'll do some research on it. We'll do a little bit of a look back. Yeah, so we're gonna retouch on some topics. Maybe we'll do another episode with Carlsberg.
Oh no, that's the one. No, you're fired. That's the one.
I finally used that one Carlsberg.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's not up there anymore.
Guys, I don't know if you remember the Carlsberg episode. I forget what it was called, but we had Carlsberg and we were drinking it, and it was like the worst beer in the world. That was over 2 years ago, and when I went to go see Diff at his new house last month, the beginning of this month, he still had the fucking can of Carlsberg
Well, the funny
because
thing
he
is,
couldn't drink it. It was so bad.
and the funny thing is, like, that's like one of the running jokes from Half Past Broke. That's like trickled into the new community. We always talk about the Carlsberg. Like Carlsberg comes up so much, and it came up so much in the last year and a half.
It's so bad.
It's so funny. And finally, I think the dumping out the Carlsberg is representative of out with the old.
There you go.
And with the new. So there we go. The Carlsberg's gone.
It's a new era. We can find new shitty beers.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to find shitty beers. I want to try Tecate.
I've had it. It's a.
This is just like Bud Light.
Budweiser.
Yeah,
Bud Light, Budweiser.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I haven't had it in 10 years, but it was like nothing special.
The only thing I remember about it was Sylvester Stallone was the spokesman for a while.
Well, that's enough to make you want to drink it, I suppose.
Also, I've never had Dos Equis before.
Dos Equis, same. Dos Equis is probably better than Tecate.
Ooh, you know what's really good is Modelo with lime flavored beer salt.
I don't know. I've had Modelo once in my life because my buddy bought a 12-pack of it and hated it, and it was just sitting in his garage for like 3 months, and I had no money, and he's like, I don't know, dude, just take it. I don't want it. I'm like,
you know what? Oh my god! So you know what spilled over to when I was learning programming, and I had my teacher because like you know what the modulo is, right? Like
I have no idea.
I don't remember it, to be honest with you, but there's a term called modulo or it's something like that. I looked at that word and I said Modelo, like the beer. I got outed as an alcoholic.
Yeah,
like
I was gonna say as a
class
as a seasoned beer drinker would pronounce it.
Yeah, I was like, it's Modelo, right?
Yeah,
it's like Modelo. No, it's modulo, and I'm like, oh shit.
But yeah, that's something you'll notice is no beer today, and that's mostly because of keto, because we're both on the keto diet.
Mm-hmm.
So no beer today. I had one shot of vodka in here, but in a couple days, no booze.
Yeah, the next 4 episodes probably. Yeah, next 4 episodes are going to be interesting because it's going to be a beerless.
Well, let's bring something fun. Let's bring something fun into it. Let's try to. I don't know. They have like I don't know. Let's bring something fun. Let's make that a little thing. Let's try to bring a fun drink.
Yeah,
a fun non-alcoholic drink to the podcast, just in the spirit of hey Differous, what are you drinking?
Maybe keto friendly energy drinks. We could talk about tea because I've been like super into tea lately. Like
I can get down with tea. Yeah,
I got like 80 different types of tea in my kitchen right now.
There are infinite possibilities for what's going to happen in the future. Mm-hmm. And you know what? If you guys got ideas, let's get interactive with this. Let's get some people in the comments. What do you guys want to see? What are you interested in? We're flexible.
We're going to try to make this like kind of radio feeling, like, you know, they have the segments, they have blah blah blah. Like I want it to be like,
let's get some callers in here.
I actually have a call waiting thing set up in the Discord, so like if this thing actually does, so like we'll be able to do something like that. Like if that ever came to pass, where we would be doing something like that, we do have a call waiting thing that we can bring callers in.
We would absolutely need like Liv to be in there as like the buffer to be like, okay, what are you calling in about? What are you gonna say? Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Just screen everything. That'd be so funny. Like just like a radio show.
Just a phone screener. That'd be so perfect.
Funny. That'd be so funny. Oh man. But I think I mean, there's so many things we didn't touch on today, and there's so many things to be said. But I you know, basically the gist of this episode 28 was, hi, we're back.
Oh yeah, and you may have well, episode 27. I think I'm gonna edit it and put it on Spotify too. I don't know. I'd have to see.
We need to see what's on it first. We don't know what's on it.
Once we're done recording this, we'll sit down and watch it and like kind of like gauge the idea. I don't think we're gonna watch the whole damn thing, but we'll really sit down and like kind of look at like our last hurrah from Half Past Broke, which will be
episode
interesting.
27.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So what else? I mean, like I said, there's so many things we could say, but that just means that we have more than enough content for you guys to keep you all happy.
Yeah, me and Eric will never shut up, so.
True. It's true.
So get ready for that. So, but yeah, I think this is a good time to wrap up everything. You know,
That's all right. All right. I'm gonna leave that joke out. All right.
with
Yeah.
bang for your buck.
Yeah. This is a great time to wrap it up.
Okay, 80s
All right.
commercial.
That's all I can do. Just stadium announcer and 80s commercial guy. Do you like rollerblading?
Okay. All right. Now it's time. It's time.
It's been fun. So everyone, you'll probably be listening to this on Saturday or thereafter. And I'm Eric. And I'm out of here.
And I'm Diff. And see y'all later.
See ya.